Hello, POE here, and welcome to some Path of Exile gameplay in the Harvest League. So I'm gonna talk a little bit about my experience this over a week since the update comes out. So what do I think about the league so far? Well, the mechanic, I was a little bit skeptical about them, but they are not that bad. But I had some big problem which have been better when I'm playing right now. That I have some serious problem with the latency and lag, and overall the just poor performance of the game. And without my connection being bad, so it was a lot of glitches for me being playing. But it seems more stable now, which is really good. And that is like the biggest criticism, if I'm gonna have some criticism. Overall, I have enjoyed Path of Exile a bit, and my build is, I like it, but I am very squishy. You can see the amount of life I have. It's an uncomfortable low amount of life I have on these characters, so I am a bit scared. I would love to have like 5,000 life, but hopefully I can reach that, but I have my doubts I'll be able to do it. The damage is quite fine, I wanna say. But the most important thing, at least for me, is that the build is fun to play. And it is definitely, for me at least, fun to play. And I actually got a lot of luck yesterday and actually find myself an Impulsa's Broken Heart. I'll see if I can put it on screen now. I actually found that armor, and I was just thinking, yeah, it will be worth like 1 or 2 chaos. Then I just looked it up, and it was worth like 2.5 exalt as the cheapest price. And I was like, holy damn, what happened to that item? And by the way, that item would be fantastic in this build, but I'm not even gonna try to get a 6-link version of that. And I also want an armor which is a little bit more protective than the one I have already been there. So that's that. I was about to make a video for like a couple of days ago, when the lag problem that was as worse, and I was about to rant a lot about it, but I never really wanted to. Actually, by the way, do I have lingering pain? I have lingering pain. Why is it always so hard to find the last two? But anyway, I was about to make a video where I was very ranty, but then I just I don't feel for making a ranty video about this, so I just give it some time, and it became much better. So I'm quite happy I didn't make a rant video about a problem that they are fixed, but it's worth pointing out. Or maybe it was just me, I don't know. Well, anyway, I have enjoyed that. One personal thing which actually was another thing which I haven't made a video. I should really make some updates video for my build, because it did a substantial change in the skill tree, and I should really make a video about that. And if I'm not too lazy, I should start with that actually tomorrow when recording this video. Can't guarantee we'll be up tomorrow, but I should really try to make an upgraded version of at least 2 of my build, my my Incinerate Witch and my Dual Duelist, which are my most popular builds, and I personally like them a lot. So I should really do that, because they have some changes, and I think I can make some updating to the skill tree, which make it worth making an update of. Let's see if we can defeat the boss here without dying, because I am scared. The amount of life on this character is a little bit low, if I'm gonna be honest. But if I could just 6-link my staff, maybe I can use a Calm's Heart for protection. That would be a good boost in life. But me and 6-linking stuff are not really the same thing, because I have only 6-linked one thing in my entire career playing Path of Exile. So my hopes that managed to 6-link a weapon like this, it's alright, maybe I underestimated my damage. But anyway, I think some of you will at least see how my build looks like, and I'm not going to disappoint you, so let's take a look. And by the way, this was just a tier 5 map, but it was actually the highest level map I've got to so far. So let's take a fast look at my build here actually, which I talked about. Right now I am running all over the place, but I went for the spell damage in the beginning, the cast speed, Arcanist Dominion, Lightning Walker because I like Lightning Walker, Annihilation because I want that crit, Heart and Soul, and Deep Wisdom because I wanted some extra mana and some extra intelligence. Is always nice to have. I also have practical applications, mostly so I have a bigger chance to avoid being interrupted when casting. And also give me some strength and dexterity, which is always nice. And Heart and Soul, I think I said that before. I have Blast Radius and I should really take Amplifier soon. If I read it right, when I'm using Divine Ear, it doesn't increases the width of the beam, but it increases the area when you are charging up the skill. And also gives it damage. So Blast Radius is something I like, if I understand right. I have Yule Shock here, just Assassin's Haste, but I should really get some more Yules and get some life on them, and also some damage of course. I have taken this one here because I want to get some power charges, and I'm thinking about taking Instability and get another power charge. Maybe I go for 5 power charges for that extra juicy crits, but I'm not decided yet. I have taken Heart of Thunder, but I'm not 100% sure I'm gonna go for Heart of Thunder, because my skill is a skill that converts one damage type, which is physical, into lightning. And it converts 50% of the skill's physical damage into lightning damage. And then I have another thing here in the skill tree. I have Divine Wrath, which converts 25% of my physical damage to lightning damage as well, which is 75%. I wonder if I only get 75% of the damage from these nodes here. And if that is the case, I can either use physical to lightning and I get the full benefit, or maybe take something else. That's something I haven't really decided for myself yet, so I will come back to that. I took these new nodes here, which are reduce the mana reservation of Herald skills, and I love them. I'm using all 4 of the elemental and the physical Herald skill, and I absolutely love them. And I am definitely happy they put this into the game. And I am Elementalist, so even more buffs to my Herald skills. And I absolutely love that. So I'm running all of the Herald skills, and like reserves no mana at all. Like 14% mana, what's that? Anyway, let's continue. I took Deep Thoughts because mana hungry skill. I have Cruel Perception for some life. And by the way, if I ending up not taking Heart of Thunder in these notes here, I might go for Discipline of the Forbidden to more use up that crit, because crit will apply to everything. And getting maximum power charge and all of that. But then I have maybe to change something in the skill tree. Not in the skill tree, in my setup I'm gonna talk about later. That's me in thinking. I'm using a staff, so I took this one here for some nice area of effect per power charge, and I like my power charges. Also increase cast speed when wielding a staff, it's some quite nice notes. Increase area of effect when wielding a staff. I have a Circumstance for them 40% global critical strike chance when wielding a staff, which is quite nice for that crit chance. I have Arcane Potency, again for some more crit chance. I have Purity of Flesh, and all these nice life note here. I was considering before to go for the these notes here and take mana reservation and go for sovereignty, but I ending up not using that the other auras. I'm still leveling up another aura. I think it was right now I can't remember the name of it, but I am leveling up another aura, so it might happen I still take Serenity. But it's something I will figure out later. I take Faith in Steel, sorry. For I wanted some better survivability, and some nice armor is always good. Then I took, as I said before, Divine Wrath, and also took Divine Fury, because gain 5% of physical damage as extra fire damage is quite nice, increase elemental damage, and increase physical damage, so it gives some good boost to my damage. Also took a Divine Judgment, which is like 50% increased elemental damage. Good stuff. And I have Counterweight for some nice global critical strike chance when wielding a staff. Also give me some block chance with these nodes here, which is quite nice. I have Devotion, I have Holy Dominion, Light of Divinity, and here I have Amplify, which I should really take soon. Maybe I should start taking that very soon actually. I have Retribution, Discipline and Training, Century, Serenity, maybe I pronounced that right, I hope so. And I have the Mana and Life Regeneration. I am considering, because I'm not a fan of this low amount of life, to go to the big life wheel here. But at the same time, that's a long way, so I probably will not do it because it is such a long way and I have to figure out another way to get some extra life. Probably just taking some Yules here and have some life from them and some damage, because I have 2 of those. I can even have another one if I just remove my Assassin's Haste with something else. So I have things to consider. And that is my skill tree so far. And as you can see, as you can hear, I'm just building it after how it goes when I'm playing it. Because I like not having planned every possible thing when I'm making my builds and see how it plans out. But anyway, let's take a fast look at my ascendancy tree. I haven't ascended the third time, because I have been lazy and just forgot it. But I should really take Program of Calamity. That will give me a good boost to my survivability and also give me some life back when I kill some enemies. I can either do that, as I just said, or I can just go straight for some damage and take Beacon of Ruin, which would be very fun to use. But I will see if I go for some more survivability or I just go crazy and go Beacon of Ruin. But if I go for survivability, I probably take Line of Primordial to get some good boost to my damage and also some survivability and get me some extra golems, because who doesn't want golems? But anyway, I think I need to hurry up a little bit and not take too long. So let's take a look at my skill gems. I'm using Divine Ear because I love this skill, just charging up a beam and firing it. And Divine Ear are supported by faster casting, added fire damage, infused channeling, increased critical strike support, and critical strike damage. I am thinking about changing out my faster casting into something like power charge on crit, which I actually have here. So I might do that, but I'm not entirely sure, and I can get some power charges some other way. I have also think about just taking physical to lightning, and use that instead and convert all of my physical damage into lightning damage. But I will see what I do about that. But so far, I'm using fast casting. I have some other skill gems. I have a random fireball here. I have Herald of Ice, of course. I have Summoning Flame Golem, because it gives me some damage, and why not? I have Clarity for some mana. I have Frostblink for some movement. I should really use I can't remember the name of that skill now, but the skill when you're going over the ground and the ground starts burning. Right now I can't for my life figure out the name of it. And I have Herald of Ash, Herald of Purity, which they have changed the effect on. Before it was giving... before it added physical damage, but now it just gives more physical damage. But hey, more physical damage is always more physical damage. Which means a soft nurse to my Facebreaker build. Well, anyway. And I have Power Charge and Critical, because if I Frostblink to enemies, I crit them, I have a good chance to get some Power Charges, which is nice. I have Curse on Hit, with Assassin Mark, linked to Herald of Thunder, so when I kill a shock enemies, they will just be struck by Herald of Thunder, which will apply Assassin's Mark, which are probably my main way of getting my power charges, which is not the most consistent way to get power charges, but I'm getting power charges nonetheless. And when it comes to my gear, as I said before, I got really lucky, and Impulsa's Broken Heart, which I probably pronounced wrong, dropped for me and was turns out it was worth 2.5 exalt, so I can get some decent gear, like this staff here, which have spell damage, added lightning damage, increased critical strikes for spells, and the most important thing of all, 2+ to level of all spell gems. So, as you can see, all of my active skill gems get 2+, which is all of my. First, this is my Divine Ear, of course, but also all of my auras, which increases the damage of my skills even more. And all of that, so it's just a fantastic mod. And if I could just afford to have increased 2+ to increase level of all lightning spell gems as well, I would be a very happy person. But those types of staffs are very expensive, to say the least. Anyway, I have a quite decent helmet here with some good armor roll on. I have an amulet here, which gives me some nice damage. I have this ring here, some nice damage on it, some resistance, and some life. Same thing as get this ring today. Have a nice amount of damage, some mana, some rarity even, and some increased maximum life. This is the only item I still have that I need to upgrade, which is these gloves here, which is just a pair of gloves I found for a long time ago. And I should really upgrade them to something with much more life. But I haven't getting around to do that yet. They are decent for now, but they could definitely need an upgrade. And I have this belt here, life resistance, what more do you want? And then these pair of decent boots, they're not the best, but it works for what I want from them. Then I have some flasks here. I have 2 life flasks. One that gives armor and one that are bubbling, because I like bubbling flasks. And I used to say always carry an anti-bleed flask, and now I'm doing this sin myself because I don't have an anti-bleed flask. And I also have another sin that I'm using a mana flask, because my mana regeneration, as you can see, is not 100% up to my skill requirements. So having a mana flask is quite nice. And I'm using 2 quicksilver flasks. And I really want to change this flask for that Serious Promise, and later I want to try to get a Taste of Hate as well for that UC damage. But that will be a little bit later. But that is a basic overview of how my build is going. And I went a little bit more in depth than I expected. It's not the most powerful build ever, but I certainly am having a ton of fun playing it. But anyway, I thank you for watching, and tell me in a comment how it's been going for your builds if you want to tell your stories and what you think about my build so far. Anyway, I thank you all for watching, and I'll see you guys soon.